Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Dungeon Meshi, episode 21. Very excited to get into it. Sorry we're late once again. We were busy once again. Let's get right into it. You ever think it's weird how it's just Laios and Marcel before the title card? Like now the Senshi and Shellchuck are chilling.
I guess I just never noticed. I like how she has a bow. The
cat girl?
Yeah, she has a bow.
Oh yeah, on her back. She really is more like a cat than a person. Oh. On the other side.
Could you imagine?
Oh shit. The elves. The elves! That's an elven ship if you've ever seen one. Oh boy. They're like auditors.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Hours.
迷宮がエルフの手に渡ればそれきりです。迷宮で栄えた町でした。ある日突然があふれ、エルフがやってきて、なぜ僕の家族は死ななくてはならなかったのか。母は女手一つで僕を必死に育ててくれた。あんな死に方をする人ではない。ことが繰り返されるのは嫌です。一部の人種だけが力を持つ今の構造はどちらにとっても不健全だ。
I love that they have the different like paints and stuff. It's so cool. They look like they were in the middle of a really heated argument. Mm.
ほら言ったろ。悠長に返事を待つ時間な。今すぐ上陸命令を。何を勝手な。ご老人。今日など人の命の前ではさまつなこと。お前たちに老人扱いされる筋合いはいいんじゃないか。さすが島主殿。柔軟で聡明だ。とに反抗。
Is he like drunk or poisoned?
I think he's just dumb.
迷宮を制圧できる実力があれば問題なかった。でも無理。相当育ちがいいな。勘はいいがどうも無欲というか、とにかく変なやつだ。探るほど異質だった。別にそれほど強いわけでもないのに真相へ到達。連中への金の流れ、出自のよくわからん交友関係。しかしなんとなくこの男が引く関わるのではないかと思った。
So silly.
問題はそれが善悪の土地で判断したいとずっと思っていたが、ようやく会って話した。
And then they meet us just like, hey, good to meet you for the first
Yeah.
time. I love that detail.
考えることはできないし、ないのだがこれだけは言える。今、とも迷宮の中心に近づいているのはあいつだ。それで最後の機会である以上、エルフたちに邪魔をさせるわけにはいかない。あいつをどうするかはその後だ。気にしてくれ、島主殿。
では上陸命令を。
待ってください。今迷宮は構造や環境大きく変動し、非常に不安定です。
無論把握している。そうする時の特徴だ。一刻も早く止めなくてはいけない。
人間で言うと成長期を必要とする時です。
何言ってんだ。
僕の故郷は15年前、迷宮によって滅びました。ハヤという町です。
15年前ってことは、お前あの時生き残ったっていう子供か。確か当時の副長か誰かが連れ帰ったと聞いたけど。
でしたが、人種の壁もあり、故郷の悲劇を繰り返さぬよう何かの力になれたらと。
てるか、たまには元気な顔見せてやれよ。
栄養がどうした。続けろ。
Wait, who is that?
も
Is that Meruem?
Creepy.
多くの被害を出しました。もどかし人々の生きたまま食ったからです。
Oh shit. Oh!
兵士も多かった。彼らの腹鉄を踏むだけです。永久の封鎖を提案します。永久に餌を与えてはい
Oh, so he's really putting his faith in Laios then.
任せてください。こいつ強空で魔物を食ったのか。
Damn. All the people he knew turned into monsters.
何か企んでいるのだろう。やってみせてもらおう。何かあればすぐに部隊を突入させる。いいな。はい。
Or little whatever it is. Fairy.
The elves are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think because the words are similar, probably. I was literally thinking about this like the other day. Some eggs Benny.
Ooh.
Soul eggs Benedict. Oh boy.
なんか気配を感じた気がしただけ。
I don't like that. What?
いや、以前魔力をした時があったとしたら、それがずっと続いてて。だってすぐ頭の病気とか言っても。いや、病気でしょ。どんな幻覚なんだ。
It's like a creepy ghost.
四六時中誰かが話。最初は何を。
The voices. No. No, yeah, right. We knew about that.
無視したことに腹を立てている。
悪霊っぽいな。
まあどっちかというと。こんにちは。何かご用でしょうか。
なんて言ってる。
悪霊扱いされた立てている。それと、助けてやった恩を忘れたのか。
What?
And they had to get out of there.
Oh. Right.
礼を言ってくれ。なんか紹介したい人がいるって。どうする？
Well, why not?
じゃあその人に合わせてくれ。
Whoa.
She's like, I wasn't even there.
What the hell? Oh no!
Ew.
Not the eggs Benedict.
Whoa. Why is the horn there? Okay. Whoa.
Chimeras.
Whoa.
Is this where?
all the stuff spawns out of here? That would be crazy.
Is this where the elves live? She doesn't seem. She seems like content. Yeah, what is this place? Wait, yeah, what if this is like the respawn center?
This is where all like the souls go.
They
of
go,
things that...
and then they go back to the dungeon after, maybe? Or is this just the afterlife?
Just,
Yeah, let's split up,
okay.
sure.
This is like his dream. He'll just want to live here. If all the monsters are just the livestock of this place.
Is it gonna be all... Oh. That was gonna be all mandrakes, that'd be funny. They all have like... Or just a couple of them, I guess it's just jarring. That they have like birthmarks and freckles and shit. How many anime characters do you see with like random birthmarks?
What's the matter with her in here?
I think
She's
is just
reverting
content.
into a cat.
Yeah.
This is all very fun, but I'm just nervous.
Their eyes are all empty.
Because they're all dead. They're all
Yeah.
ghosts.
What?
What is this? Where did you get this?
作り始めたのですが、400年作り続けたエールと比べると難航してます。400年？そうだな。あんた何代目だい？
First.
600の時に始めたので初代です。
ミノタウロスを市場にさせてもらった。
Jesus
お、
Christ.
やったな。
なんたることだ。ここでは魔物のように成長してる。
Oh, it is a... Whoa.
同じで乳首が4つあって。
お待たせ。
She's so fancy.
なんだよその格好。いやこれはその頼まれて仕方なく。これでも選んだんだけど。
マルシル、それ
何？
がそんなに懐いてるんだ。
あ、そっち？なんでだろうねこれね。こうしちゃったみたいで。
What's the matter with her right now?
貼られてるから。それが井包の何かに干渉してるのかも。 半分魔物。
I think it's making her more...
Pacified? Like,
Or just more into like a cat. Ooh.
I think it's like how they are able to farm all the monsters here is because they're just chilling.
何でもかんでも検閲状況じゃなければ
Look at those dragons.
開催したかった。
俺も。
Is this why the mage is looking for Delgul? Because Delgul would be here, like, hanging out?
席を設けました。どうぞこちらへ。僕の名前はヤード。あなた方がご存知であろう。デルガルの孫にあたります。
デルガル。
なぜお呼び立てしたのか、長い話をいたしましょう。
This is Jello
この肉は
salad business.
たってのミノタウロスの肉を。
皆さんも日常的に魔物を食べているんですか？
食べるものもおりますが、基本的に食事は味覚が鈍ってしまったのもありますが、
Oh.
そも
That
そも
sucks.
食欲を感じることがないのです。祖父は狂乱の魔術師を黒魔術に傾倒させたのが自分の席であると長く気に病んでいるようでした。そして助けを求めるため地上に向かったの。聞いてる話では、ある日突然村の近墓地から現れ、狂乱の魔術師を倒した者には国のすべてをやると告げて塵になってしまった。祖父が苦痛から解放されたのはせめてもの慰めです。
He arose in a graveyard near a village, like the graveyard where
しかし成功したものはなく、肉体を
Laios and Falling grew up.
体を失うと次第にここに戻ってくることはできません。あなたたちも何度か遭遇した。全た理由は予言です。予言？
Prophecy.
A
そ
prophecy?
の者は翼持つ剣を携え、
What?
魔術師を打ち倒れを解放するだろう。
Did they just make this up?
But every sword that is in the dungeon has wings on it.
獅子の顔がついてる。いつの間に。
おお、翌日はこの国の守り神されていますが、
What?
夢を介して未来を予言し、今なお我々を導いてくれています。祖父がライオス殿、予言はこう続きます。翼持つ剣をた狂乱の魔術師を打ち倒し、この国の新たな王となる。人違いです。この剣は偶然偶然ではありません。ということは決まっていたことだったのでしょう。ライオス殿、いただけませんか？狂乱の魔術師を打ち倒し、我々を解放してくださると。
I just want to eat monsters. I don't know what you're talking about.
考えさせてください。
いや、断れ。何可能性をの。
でも無限にもできないの。ケンスケ。いつの間にそんな
I mean, their fate and Fallen's fate are technically intertwined, so it doesn't really matter.
何を食べても味がよくわからなかったな。
That's what he's thinking about. He's just like, man, I wish I enjoyed that meal more.
彼らは食事が必要ないのだと言っていた。それでうまく調理が
Makes sense.
と考えていた。彼らに本来畑や食器を
Yeah, why are they doing all this
It's
if
just because that's what they were doing before.
just all they know? What else are they gonna do?
必要だったためだろう。
私詰めて詰めて
床で寝ろや。
冷たい手だった。
Crazy episode.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
That was kind of a crazy episode. Like, yeah, I don't...
Jesus
So, like,
Christ.
everyone is, like, in this other, like, world, basically, where they're just there forever, like, trapped there forever. And then we find out that Delgal went out, and then that's why like, people, like, there's, like, that picture of him in, like, a, you know, coming out, and then he just, because he had been in there for so long, he just turned to dust, because he was already dead. So it's like all the people that are in here are basically just already dead, but because they're in here, they're just there forever, just performing generic tasks.
Waiting to be free.
Yeah.
But can they even leave then?
No, but I think it's like
'Cause,
if
like,
they leave, they turn into like the ghosts.
Right, yeah.
So they stay in there. But if the dungeon goes away, they probably will just.
I wonder if that ghost is Delgal. You think? If that's possible. Because there was when Laios and Falling found that ring on the old dead guy. Mm-hmm. They just said this episode that that Delgal crawled out of a graveyard. I don't know if we knew that before.
Well,
I think we just knew that he came out. I don't think they mentioned a graveyard, but now that has a different that could have a different context.
I don't really think so, because we saw a picture of him like coming out here in like a crypt looking thing, and also we knew who the dead guy was that like came out of the grave. You know.
That's true.
And it previously it was like someone from the village or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not saying he necessarily had the ring. It's just suspicious that, like, you know, that I guess, I don't know. It's just that, I don't know, it just seems like the backstory with Laios and Falling happened in a graveyard. They had a ring that, like, kept you from fucking dying or something. So maybe he had that ring, and that's what allowed him to get to the surface without just instantly turning to dust. You know? Because maybe the elf gave him that ring, and then it had a different interaction because of the, you know? I don't know. I'm just thinking that might be a connection, because it's just an oddly specific detail, because he could have emerged anywhere out of the side of the dungeon, but they say he emerged out of a graveyard. Maybe if we go back, we could see who these people were. I bet that they're probably the people from Laios' village, like the adults. What episode was that? You remember?
I do not remember. It was in the first half, I think. Maybe Raspberries? That was Falling and Marcel and their backstory, so maybe not. I'm not sure.
Is there anything else you want to talk about with it?
There's also I like the thing of like they're cultivating monsters and stuff. Very like Elias is just like, ooh, this is the best thing, but it's cool because they're in like this world, basically where you know, monsters are around, so they take advantage of that. Even though they don't really need it at this point anymore, they just kind of do it to have something to do. Yeah, it's just the only thing they can imagine doing that for like 1,000 years though. I liked when they were all like, oh yeah, we've seen those guys and we got them with holy water and we made ice cream. Like, I liked when they were all thinking that at the same time. That was pretty funny. And I also liked the beginning here, with all of the elves and stuff. Yeah, the elves. It's interesting. Cool. The elves are the dark-skinned elf. She looks so cool. So fucking cool. She looks super cool. This guy, the like tired Sigma. Bags under his eyes guy. He also like one of his eyes is like maybe not swollen shut, but it's like I saw like you see in the ending. It's like half shut in the ending. It's like he doesn't have full. But I love how they all look different. They all don't look like Legolas. They look
like they're more advanced, a more advanced group of people that would exist in a world with magic, like with all their tribal markings. They're not necessarily, you could tell their culture isn't necessarily
that everyone should be the same.
That you see, I don't know, I guess just our template of it is in Lord of the Rings, how like everything's so proper, everybody has long hair, everybody looks like the same, and there's elements of that with this, but they still have different senses of style and different purposes to their outfits, and it just is really cool that a society, like an advanced culture that exists in a world with magic doesn't progress the same way that like a human culture would with more advancement, where like everything kind of gets more homogenous. It's like it kind of the fact that they're all like the seemingly powerful individuals, but they all they're all distinct and have their own personality, and that there's room for that in their culture is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's also interesting with the whole backstory of like, oh, well, if the dungeon is expanding, then it needs more fuel, and then it's gonna like come out and like kill people and turn them into monsters. Like I don't know, that's kind of interesting too. And I think it's really interesting, like the whole like Laios being the chosen one kind of thing is like being built up more and more, but he's just like, I just want to eat monsters and get my sister back. Like, he's just like, man, I can't tell them no. Like, and even, like, it's just like, of all the people that I've seen, Laios somehow seems to be the guy who's gonna do it. If anyone's gonna get down there, he's gonna do it. Even though he has no idea what he's doing and doesn't even particularly want to he doesn't even want to defeat the dungeon, but somehow he just seems like he's gonna do it. I don't know what to make of that. He's out there just eating monsters. I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I need to help him, but I don't want to. But like these guys, like I just love that sort of like shit, like because he's all about like Laios is not sane. He should not be allowed to like become like the new king of this kingdom. But
the elves come and then they fuck everything up.
Yeah, but then it's like, okay, but the elves are here, and I really don't want them to interfere, so we're gonna like help Laios out. I love that kind of complicated, and it just fits in with his character so well, as we saw before, of like this very diplomatic but sneaky, but you know what I mean, like I like it. It's good.
The elves also have they all have these chips in their ear, these little like slices, and it's across all the ones we could see. Oh, not this one.
Well, it might be on her other ear.
It's on the maybe she's the younger one.
Oh no,
this is the one that's laying. This what looks like it's around Marcial's age, maybe, doesn't have them, but this tall dude in the back has them as well. So maybe it's a rank thing. Maybe does she have one on her other ear? It's either a rank or a rite of passage, or maybe they get fixed. I don't know. Maybe it's like a cat thing. Because for people who don't know, when stray cats get fixed, they like clip off the edge of their ear so it's flat, so that you can see by looking at them that they're fixed.
For like strays.
I said strays.
Yeah. She doesn't have it.
Yeah, she doesn't have it on either. Yeah.
Interesting.
So it must be something to do with their culture, because it's so uniform, like they all have it, except for the one there. And they all have different piercings and stuff and different get-ups.
And also all of them, well, like they have really dark bags under their eyes. Is it because like as they get older, they just feel terrible? Like, like they live for so long, but they just get like...
Immortality is just exhausting. That seems to be a common theme. I think it's just different strokes. Because the only one who looks sleepy is this one with the bed head.
Well, and the other guy.
The other guy doesn't... It's not that he's sleepy. It's just that he, I think, is depressed. Or, like, I think it's a personal thing. I don't think it's the same kind of thing. I just want to see. Yeah, it's not sleepy. They're just kind of dead looking. They got chapped lips and shit.
And this little, like, fairy thing. It's kind of interesting. We haven't seen anything like that before.
Little fairy messenger, Tinkerbell type thing. And I'm pretty sure this dude's voiced by Meruem, just the way that he was talking. Yeah, the whole talk about the fucking egg soul thing, very, very pertinent to what happened later in the episode. What we're kind of getting into, the different states of a soul, what can happen to them, how versatile they are.
Yeah. But also how fragile at the same time.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Tamashi Tamago thing the other day. I can't remember why, but I don't know. I wonder if there is like a etymological like connection with those words in Japanese, because I don't know what the kanji are, or like what what the how, if they're actually related or if it's just a coincidence. But if it is a coincidence, a really weird coincidence, because it seems like they share kind of like metaphorically a similar kind of shape or I don't know, properties.
Idea,
a different similar model. I don't know. I'd like to know about that kind of thing, because that's very interesting. Yeah, I wonder if this ghost is Delgul or just a random person. It seems like it might be Delgul, because the one eye kind of looks like Laios's eye, and we said that they look kind of similar, and the fact that the nose is like away, obviously, is just because it's a dead person, but also the brow too, the way the brow hangs over the eye. It looks like it could just be an old version of Laios. Like,
I just love how Laios is just like, they're like, why didn't you tell us? He's like, I just didn't want you. I just didn't want you guys to think. Yeah, it's just like, bro, like, and then the fact that the ghost was like saying things like, not just like that he was like, please, I need you to talk to me, sir. I have very important
matters to discuss with you. He's just like ignoring him. Oh, did you guys remember back when?
And he's like, oh, so you were ignoring me. I thought I was, it's just like,
you could hear me the whole time.
And then Laios is like, they're like, does he seem evil? Laios is like, yes. And then he's just
what
like,
did I do
hello,
to you?
sir. He's like, I'm just trying to help. I'm already dead. I am so exhausted. Please just listen to me.
Do you know how difficult it is to not only maintain a corporeal form or an incorporeal form and speak to you at the same time? I don't have any lungs.
And they got a unicorn.
Weird. The guy with freckles is an interesting choice. Like from an animation thing. I guess it's probably a manga thing, but anyway. I love how they're talking about the souls, and they're just like, oh yeah, we blasted them with holy water and then made sorbet out of it.
So good. And I love as well, like, the sword, like, and then there's this weird, like, lion with wings thing that is apparently a thing. And then this is Delgul's grandchild as well, is like, has been like trapped in here forever.
It's Aslan. They got Aslan locked beneath the castle.
Interesting that, like, the lunatic magician seemingly, it wasn't like he didn't just like turn crazy one day. He like gradually became more he was saying, the grandson was saying, oh, by the time I was old enough to like know what was going on, he was already kind of just out of it. I
bet it's an emotional thing. I don't think it's like psychotic. I bet Delgul was getting older and was like, Delgul was the younger, like when Laios went in the painting, right? I think, and then he was the younger one, and then the older king, his dad died. Yeah. Was like assassinated. I bet it was like, I mean, like the pieces I'm putting together are like, Delgul became king, and he was like, I don't want to die. And so here's my mate, and then maybe they became really good friends, and then he was getting older, and the mage was like, no, like, you're my best friend, I don't want you to die. Yeah.
And then
studied black, and then Delgul's like, yeah, I don't want to die either, because you're my friend, but also because, the kingdom's going to be in jeopardy or whatever. So, because there's these assassins, maybe it's the elves, maybe it's a false flag operation, or like a, they're like meddling in foreign affairs. Anyway. Studying black magic, trying to make him immortal, and then succeeded, but then it was like not a good thing. Kind of be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Now people are cursed to live for eternity, and it's not a good shit, basically.
Yeah.
W episode. I'm sure there's more we can talk about. I want to go. I really want to go check about the graveyard thing, and because Delgul had the one hand here, that's his right hand. He wasn't showing his left hand, which I think the ring was on the left hand of the person if we saw it. I don't even think we saw the hand with like for some reason in my mind I have like the picture of a skeleton hand with a ring on it, like on the bone. But maybe I'm just imagining that, and we don't really have the time to check right now, unfortunately. But that's okay. Anyway, I think the spirit's Delgul. I think Delgul showed up to Laios' village when he was a kid, or whenever. That's my theory.
It's a good theory.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I really like this episode though. I think that the show, again, like we've been saying, is doing a really good job of kind of building it up and like expanding the world just kind of gradually, and I really like it, and I like the kind of unsettling but like comfortable vibe of this village that they went into, of like, oh, it's so nice, but it's so like off at the same time, you know?
And
but
it makes sense with sorry.
But like it's not overly creepy that you're just like the whole time, you know, you're kind of like getting into it, but you know, and whatever this outfit was.
It's funny because they've had 1,000 years to work on outfits.
Yeah.
That's why I like it makes sense in hindsight, like, oh, they've been here for 1,000 years just doing this. Like they have nothing else to do, so of course they get super experimental and weird with their ideas.
They make fabric that literally is like the night sky somehow.
Badass.
Yeah.
Anyway, leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.